that time of year, Christmas, hot chocolate, and the biggest physics project of your high school career, egg drop. In this video, we'll be going over materials to use, design, diagrams, and details about the day of the drop.
The first and arguably hardest aspect of the egg drop is design. For one, your project cannot weigh more than 100 grams. This may sound like very little, but you actually have quite a bit of room for hefty materials, so don't despair. The second most important project constraint is probably that it must rotate around its axis. Furthermore, your device must rotate about its axis without using things like a helicopter blade, electricity, or motors of any kind. Some other project no-nos include attaching your egg to a balloon, building a parachute, or God forbid, dropping it with a drone. Anything you haven't learned doesn't exist and can't be used in your project. Any that you would commonly find in packaging, such as bubble wrap, styrofoam, or tissue paper, is also prohibited. Now at this point, many of you may be thinking that we've basically eliminated anything that could possibly save your egg from impending doom, but don't despair quite yet. Some possible materials include boba straws, cardboard paper, printer paper, construction paper, plastic cups, springs, pipe cleaners, and index cards. For this section, tidy and clear diagrams are vital. They're worth a whopping 8 points, and they're the easiest part to do well on. Your graders shouldn't struggle to visualize your prototypes, so make your diagrams nice. Some key characteristics to talk about would be where your egg sits on your device, or how the shape, size, and material of your components changes the ways your egg interacts with various forces, energy, and extending concepts such as work, power, and impact.
Like the section before, ensure that your diagrams are crystal clear. The drawing should be scaled as accurately as possible, and an easy way is to take each inch you measure and convert it to half a centimeter on paper. For tilted components, specify how far they're angled and make it clear where you're measuring it from. If you're tech savvy, a great platform to use for these diagrams is Google Drawings. It provides easy ways to draw shapes and arrows needed in free body diagrams. An equally great alternative to this would be simply drawing out the diagrams by hand, taking a picture of them and attaching the image to the report. On the meat of the writing, it might be tempting to write 300 pages and show off your literacy prowess, but really it's quality over quantity. Efficient analysis is key, and writing masterful explanations makes great practice for the AP's trademark FRQs, which are timed.
Of course, having nice equations isn't enough. You will also need comprehensive logical explanations. Here are some key components of efficient explanations. Start off with the purpose of the structure, making it clear to the reader that the goal that you're trying to reach and how it relates back to the topic in the rubric. This should be 2 to 3 sentences. It should also explicitly include the title of the section, for example, speed control, as the goal, and summarize how your structure manipulates the concepts of the section, for example, linear dynamics, to achieve this goal of speed control. And back up your claim with the overarching equation/concept in the rubric, such as F net equals ma, or energy conservation. As specified by the rubric, detail the relationships that relate your design to the physics context in quantitative terms. After pointing out the greater concept, include an equation that includes the specific forces or energies for your algebraic analysis. You do not need data points to fill this requirement. All that you need to do is manipulate the variables in your equations to prove your point. If you feel like your analysis is getting convoluted and messy, a great way to fix that is to end it with a summarizing sentence that expresses everything that the rubric requires. For example, this equation shows that x is directly proportional to y, meaning that structure z, which increases x, will also increase y. The increase in y allows me to achieve prompt w and maximize my egg's chances of survival. Obviously, this sentence structure alone is not enough to get you by, but it's a great way to show your teacher that you hit everything on the rubric. Although testing your device seems pretty straightforward, there are more pitfalls than you think. Frequent fails include dropping the device too close to the bleachers, resulting in the wings getting caught in the fence, as well as dropping the device tilted, causing the eggs to drop out of the device.
Furthermore, you don't want to drop your device at a time when the wind is blowing strongly. Obviously, it's impossible to control the wind, but if it's really going strongly, you should wait a bit before dropping your device. Although there are some uncontrollable factors, the drop is only 5% of the project grade, and there's 5% more extra credit in the explanations, so don't sweat it too much, but make sure to avoid these frequent fails so you don't feel too regretful about it. Last of all, have fun with this project. We hope this video will help you all succeed.